We have Hellevator. It may not have been stubbed by Sarah. I don't know who stubbed it. Kieran H. I gotta go fix that.
And it's Jakazam versus Soul Devour. I think it's Soul Devour's first tournament, I think?
No, Soul Devour joined us last year, I believe. Well,
Okay.
let's take a look here real quick.
Yeah.
For the quickest of second, and then I'll stop annoying him. Look at this. It's the player cards. Soul Devour is participating for the first time. Joined us in some of our odd stuff. And Jakazam, the window is real. Jakazam has been joining us for a little while now and is been a very strong competitor. Soul Devour and Jakazam, both good friends of mine. So go winner.
Jakazam changed your display pic. Don't think
Here's
I
a
don't
path.
notice these things.
That's what they did. They're waiting on me. I should get running. It's
Yeah,
Helltaker.
2-1 and 3-1.
Hellevator.
So Soul Devour went to the losers bracket earlier, so has had to play an extra match. And now they're here playing Hellevator, which is a puzzle platformer, I guess. I didn't test it. I'm just reading the pastebin, but you can move and jump, and R to reset to checkpoint is basically the whole thing.
I could have sworn I paused Rainwave. Why am I still getting music? Let's try to get some audio going. This is a problem. Why won't Rainwave stop?
You can double jump in the air.
Aha! I know why Rainwave won't stop.
You can climb ladders.
All right.
Okay, I'm looking at the instructions too, and I think we maybe should mention that the game is very dark to the point where you might want to adjust your monitor's gamma to make it easier to differentiate between foregrounds and background elements. So, hot tip to anyone watching. I'm absolutely seeing this already.
Also, I've been doing fantastic, Empty. No, I've not been over here very often because I haven't had to be. It's been very much so taken care of by Maurice and Mythical 9 this year, so I've been enjoying the time off. And run! Ah! It killed you past the door. Uh-oh.
Start the timer at a certain time.
Death warping! Soul death warping!
Reese was able to start the timer at a certain time, and I manually entered some stuff in, but it didn't seem to take, so we'll just have to keep in
What
mind.
time is it now?
It's a little off.
Well, I'll dot time and then I'll... Dot time, 2 minutes. 2:05 by the time I'm done here. There.
I don't know if I'd know how to adjust my monitor's gamma settings to make sure I can see this game properly.
You know what I would end up doing is capture it on OB. If I can't see it enough, I might end up capturing it on OBS and adjusting the filters there. But my settings are set a little bit bright by default to a certain degree. Because I could definitely see this game clear as day right now.
So it looks like death is a mechanic in the game?
Yeah, so we're dealing with body swapping and soul swapping. You die in order to throw your soul at the other problem. It appears to be a question of how do you get the bodies into the right spot, though. Or just a lot of death. No, it's basically we're Kuroshing. So at any given point, you just got to figure out how does die.
That's as much as I caught on the Steam page when I looked at it when the game was drawn. Like, yeah, the theme is, well, it's Hellevator, you're in hell or whatever. And you're gonna die and throw your soul around and die in creative ways to solve puzzles. And we're already seeing some of it.
So it appears that as long as one of the bodies is not currently actively dying, it might be where you're able to go next. So here we have, yes, drop your corpse on a switch. And Jakazam is catching on to this instantly.
So Jack had a little bit of a head start, but I think is maybe still ahead by a tiny little bit. I don't know what was going on with that screen. I guess there was some kind of optional collectible.
Seems like it might be, because we certainly are ignoring everything on the screen. Okay, this is the kind of point where some of that foreground mentioned is a little bit dastardly. Oh, too early for the buzzsaw.
I don't know what determines which corpse you can jump to.
The nearest one that's not dying.
Nearest, okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's nearest?
Yeah.
I was early on in the first rooms, I saw souls being thrown around. It looked like it just kind of like keeps your momentum, so you jump into spikes and your soul continues to fly in the direction that you were all originally moving in. I thought that would have been cool.
No, yeah, it's just whichever body is nearest. And, like I said, not dying. So if something is in the spikes, it's not going to let you respawn in the spikes. Gotta love this little auto-scroller room that Soul and Jakazam have dealt with here. Just like, yep, this is the game, by the way. You're dying a lot.
Jack just barely jumps high enough to trigger the loading screen to the next level. Chandeliers disappear. We got different colored guys up there, and I guess none of it matters. Just leaving.
Uh-oh. What's the blue mean? Blue leaves a platform above them when they die.
I like these cheeky details, like that one spike pit that both erasers and double jumped over a little while ago, which is like, it's just too long that you can make it over, which would be a deal breaker in any other game, but here you just fall short and die to spikes and then continue like nothing ever happened.
This game looks pretty decent, honestly. I kind of like it. It's got an interesting little way of doing this gimmick. Like, I've seen the gimmick of needing to die to move on is something that I've definitely seen quite a few times before, but the way that it's using it, it's a really nifty little set piece with the bodies.
Yeah, I feel like it could get really difficult, but for now, it's been mostly brainless. Like the players have had one thing to do, and they would do that thing, and then it would just kind of, the soul would jump to the next part, and they would be like, okay, I gotta do this now, I guess.
Yeah, I think as we start getting new body types, it's going to start getting a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, I kind of don't see it at the moment, like how you're doing anything really like complex puzzling with it, but I'm sure the game is going to prove me wrong, or like show how it's done eventually.
Yeah, I could see there being some like order of operation stuff of like, oh, you really want to jump to that guy right now, but you've moved this corpse so too close, and now you can only jump to that one, and... But nothing like that going on so far.
Alright, gentlemen, I've got to take the garbage out. I'll be like 10, 15 minutes, so if somehow this race ends by then, Myth, if you don't mind muting Jakazam if she comes up in here.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good luck. Be back.
Couple of deaths from Jakazam. Soul Devour, I think is, yeah, joining her on this same screen now.
Okay, I was just thinking that I kind of lost track of where they are relatively. Like I was pretty sure Jakazam is a little bit ahead, but it looks like the paths get a little bit non-linear and the directions keep changing, so it's pretty easy to lose track here.
I think we got different directions for the players. Jakazam is on top of those stairs. Soul Devour went left underneath the stairs, and now that's what Jakazam is doing. So if this is the way to go, then I guess we just had a little bit of a lead change.
That does look like it's what happened. Or maybe this is another dead end.
And these big screens and like, I don't know, it's hard to see. Even though the background is like bright red here, it's still hard for me to kind of visualize like, what is a platform I can jump on? What is like these things hanging from the ceiling? Are they gonna block me or not? And the yellow chandeliers and all the little flames and stuff, those are not souls, so I don't care about them, but they're bright like the souls that I do care about.
I think Soul Devour could have made that jump directly. I think it might be required even.
Oh yeah, you can walk right out to the edge of those thin little strips. All right, well Jack got the clear just due to better platforming. But it's still extremely close. I can look up how long it took Tassels so I get an idea of how long this is going to be.
Okay, so that room had one of those orange newspapers the instructions mentioned. So those are collectibles that the racers are supposed to ignore. Jakazam picked up one earlier and Soul Devour went halfway towards it, but then realized that that's not what he wants to do.
Guy's got like a bag of knives or something, or no, the knives are on his back, and he's just shooting them out of his back. And the bag is just, I don't know, it's just his stuff, I guess. Jakazam gets a blue key. The moon key. Mr. Jump is trying to die. Couldn't die, so now he's just waiting for the platform.
I guess I'm just taking in the music. I had left all streams muted previously, and someone in chat mentioned music being comfy, and I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, I can't navigate the streams in the dashboard view to get sound out of it, so I've been in silence the whole time. Really big screen, really zoomed out. One blue switch lowered one blue block. I can see another blue switch in the bottom left and one in the top right. So that's the exit in the top right. Or did we come in there and we're trying to get the green door open at the bottom?
So it does look like the game recognizes the gamma issues. Previously the screens that were really hard to make out were mostly pretty straightforward, simple. Now we're getting this zoomed out, more complex stuff, and now it's also coming along with bright backgrounds.
All All 3 blocks reveal the path to the green switch. Gets Jakazam out of the room. And then Soul Devourers kind of have to start from scratch here again. And it's a big room, so this is a little bit of a sizable lead, I want to say. Got a bunch of guys. Blue guys we know. Green guys and orange guys, I don't know what they did. The orange guy exploded blocks? And then Jakazam got the key and then died in spikes in the pit below. And then the checkpoint is here, but okay, but the door's already open. She doesn't have to do the room again. And the corpses have already fallen off the ceiling? And she's trying to jump into the orange, but she dies. They're already like in the spikes, so she can't soul jump to any of them? So what do you do? She's just leaving? Does she have the key? I guess the key was gone, huh? This thing opens. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those are locked doors, I believe. We saw one earlier. Just before we got to the previous rooms, I was about to say that this looks like the kind of race where you kind of just go through the content at a somewhat steady pace, and the race is more like to come down to execution than people getting walled for different amounts of time, but I think this is where the difficulty picks up.
Yeah, I think maybe that first thing you said though is still gonna be mostly the case. Though Soul Devour did get stuck in that room for a little bit, but according to the tester comments, it doesn't quite ever get that hard. Boy, I am still having a hard time sort of reading a level just because of the way everything looks.
Yeah, I'm sure I would be getting used to it by now if I was the one playing, but trying to jump between 2 different screens and making sense of everything, it's pretty tough.
There's like a little path below. Is there another conveyor belt down there and the corpses are gonna go under? I guess Jakazam doesn't matter. Like, it's there's so much distraction in this game that just doesn't matter. Soul Devour is basically one puzzle behind.
Like I said, Jakazam found a green bunny to swap to. I was sure that room was gonna be just a collectible.
Oh, controlling 2 characters at the same time. That's cute.
Oh, we're getting these kinds of puzzles now.
Quick clear from Jakazam. Soul Devour as well is basically done with this puzzle.
Yeah, the Jakazam's steadily growing the lead so far. Jakazam is like 2 or 3 rows behind now. Has this one room left before he's also going to get introduced to the 2 character ones.
Jakazam is like, okay, well, I'm stuck up here, so I guess I just die and go down there, right? And dies and then doesn't go anywhere and has to redo the stage. Oh, I see. Blue guy, something bad happened to the blue guy before. Jakazam's only got 1 character. I'm guessing this is not good enough. But maybe what she's doing is sort of scouting ahead to see what... No, I guess it is good, not weird.
Yeah, the game doesn't seem to be married to the idea that we're playing 2 characters now. It has no reservations about dropping the secondary one for a little bit.
Well, I guess the blue guys down below make platforms, so maybe the puzzle is just to sort of make platforms in the right places. Jakazam lets the pink one die. I think that's what I would have done in this situation. And that's a clear. Oh, Soul Devour wants to hit the white switch but not get on the spikes with the other character. It was a very precise jump that they needed to do to get the spacing on both characters, but they find it. Weird that it lets you hit that switch to backtrack on Soul Devour's screen. I don't know why. Extra stuff, maybe. Jack's done another puzzle. She is like 2 full puzzles ahead now at this point.
Yeah, I was switching between the players and trying to make sense of the puzzle that Jack was on, and before I got there, she solved it. So it looks like this is the point where you do start opening up your options. Like the room had 2 switches that you were dropping bodies on, and it looked like it was about that, but then she jumped into one of the bodies that was getting carried and got on the platform that way. And yeah, we're seeing various moving parts get used for multiple purposes here.
Looks like the exit's open. A really big screen cleared. And then Soul Devour died at the end of one of these double controlling screens. It's tough. The buzzsaws are a little bit desynced. Oh, what? The camera didn't follow the guy at the bottom, so Soul Devour lost the important guy on the bottom off screen to some fire or something. And then we got something crazy going on.
Yeah, the goal.
Screen.
Yeah, the ending condition for the race was the boss being defeated, so I wonder if we're already there? Like, this kind of looks like a final boss fight.
I think there is a second boss in that film. Based on some of these comments. So you can dodge the lasers under the platform, sure. What's our end goal here?
No, the laser or the light beam seems to be going through the platforms and just being locked in your character. I have actually no idea what's going on here. Oh wait, some kind of spears are dropping. So that's what you're supposed to block with the platform. Oh, okay, now I see them.
The blue guy blocks the flame on the cauldron. And I guess she's done.
Alright, I was only looking at the done condition, which is boss dice, not the goal, which is beat boss 2. The life guard, aka tentacle hot dog guy.
I don't really have full confidence that Tentacle Hot Dog Guy is going to mean anything to me, even when I see him in the game. But I guess I'm curious to find out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect, but also we saw the first boss and it was kind of hard to miss. So I'm not sure that whatever the second boss actually looks like, that can miss it.
Throw your head when you die.
So after the first boss, Jack had those spears stuck in her head for a bit, but I don't think anything changed mechanically really. They just cleared them immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. The red thing comes up and blocks the green thing, which catches a yellow that just falls down all of a sudden. And then we got, what does yellow do? Yellow is what lets you throw your head after you die. Okay.
Okay, now that looks cool.
I know that death is the mechanic, but there's still so many times where I watch a player like miss a jump and die, and I'm like, ooh, and then it's like, no, that's just what you're supposed to do. That's how you start the screen. You just jump and die somewhere.
Also, I'm gonna confess here, I'm watching this with nightlight on, and at no point have I been able to tell the green and blue apart. The yellow and red are barely distinct.
Just wait till we have yellow, green, and blue. Yellow gets thrown. I feel like it didn't need to get thrown to the top right. She was already in reach of pink, so maybe that should have been thrown elsewhere. I don't know. But sometimes it just doesn't matter.
If I'm reading the circle radius correctly, it looked like you could just barely reach it, but that wouldn't be the intended way. Like, I don't think anything's been that precise elsewhere.
Well, as long as you see the icon above the thing, that means you can jump there, right?
Hello, world. How goes the race?
Jakazam has defeated the first boss, something like 4 minutes ahead of Soul Devour, and they're both in World 2. They got yellow guys where after they die, they can throw their head on like an arc projectile that you get to choose.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I haven't been paying much attention to Soul Devour in a while, but I think he completed the first boss a lot faster and caught up there.
Oh hey, it was almost exactly 20 minutes. Go me, I was right on my estimate.
Oh, okay, never mind. This is very early on in the second half, so there's still a pretty big difference.
You see, I live in the back woods apartment that has trash valet, but they come sometime between 8 and 10, and if we don't get it out shortly before their mysterious arrival time, the raccoons will tear our trash up, and then we have to clean up everything.
Raccoons are the worst.
So my option is to walk it a block in the middle of the day when it gets filled up like it was.
The spider, the guy in the bottom is moving slower. That's kind of interesting. And he lures the spider, but then I can't see what is blocking the exit.
Here we go. It was thorns that we had to blow up.
Oh, the thorns will blow that up? Okay. Try saying that with Maurice in there.
Oh,
See
that
if you're a
raccoons are
raccoon
bad?
fan? I grew up doing increasingly ridiculous things to try to keep the raccoons out of our garbage. We had a bungee cord that so there's like, first of all, you get the garbage with the locking lid. You pull up the handles on both sides and it locks the lid in. They will unlock it with their little creepy hands.
They sure will.
And then pop open the lid and again the garbage. So we would tie a bungee cord to the handles, locking them up, and then they would like undo the bungee cord and then the handles and then the lid and then get to the guard. Like, it was ridiculous. It was an arms race.
Is this boss said something about an octopus thing, right?
Octopus, hot dog, tentacle hands.
Octopus, hot dog.
I don't know. I can't see anything. I'm getting a purple screen.
They're adorable, yes, but they're still a terror, and I have to continue to clean up every day. Okay, the last boss was a huge full screen affair. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was pretty epic. Man, what is going on in this game? I don't have a good read on like. It didn't really seem like another guy is just gonna come crawling out of the bottom left corner all of a sudden. This does look kind of like a boss, though.
Okay, looks like we gotta hit it, and then it flies back up. We have 2 lives with which to work with. Is Jakazam trying to ride it up?
And then get a bunch of free hits up there.
I don't know if they're trying to. If she's trying to go for free hits, or if she's actually trying to get out of this room by riding it to the top.
The edge of the room doesn't have that white line, so I would guess that means you can't exit the room. I guess that guy up top is just like a second hit.
Yeah, the dude up top is basically just you get 2 hits for this boss.
Yeah.
For this fight, if it is a boss or not. But if it's description, if the description of the face is octopus tentacle arms hot dog,
that does look like what that is. This thing that comes swimming in down below, I don't know what that is. It's
that's
gone
just
now,
a
I
knee.
guess. Alright, second phase. I think Jakazam keeps ending up on these platforms.
She may have caught on now, but oh, Soul is on the spider, which is like rather quite close.
It's that very quickly. Oh, Jakazam dies. Are there any checkpoints mid-fight? I don't think so. Nope.
I don't know exactly how far back Soul is. All I know is I was here for this part, so. There's like a case where I like blinked and then suddenly Jakazam was in this room. I wasn't sure where the positioning was.
Yeah, that's been the whole race for us on commentary. Like, I can't see, I can't look at a room and see the room. Like, I can't be like, there's platforms here, that's the ceiling, that's the floor. Like, my eyes cannot process the difference between all of these things enough that at a glance, I can make sense of anything. So, it's been a mess this whole time, but obviously we can see now that both players are in the boss fight at this point. Jakazam knows what's up. Soul Devour doesn't know that this thing will jump up and grab you.
That did change a lot, like room by room, and depending on how much attention you paid to both racers, instead of just glancing at other things. But like around the end of the first half, you had bright backgrounds and things looked kind of distinct, and you were doing different things all the time. But yeah, the end of the second half, I have no idea.
Jakazam has done the done. So if that is in fact the boss,
I think it probably is. $36.49 is Jakazam's final time. Ended up being a pretty close race. I do think Soul Devourer started later. Like, I don't know if there's some stream delay shenanigans going on or whatever, but it's not so long that it would decide anything at this point.
and Soul has finished with a time of 37:39. Really
Soul-
close.
Soul beat the boss, but then died down below after done. So it's not actually done.
Yet still stopped.
But the achievement popped up. Done. Boss dies. A Steam achievement will pop up if you have that enabled.
Okay, so
I
definitely
guess
the boss.
that's what the
Yeah.
goal says.
Yeah, so it's true. I mean, the goal says beat the boss, but it didn't say beat the boss and go to the next room.
I'm glad that this didn't decide the race. We don't have to try to figure out if the boss respawning means it never actually died, sort
Right.
of thing.
That would be...
Well, we'll see if either of these players wants to come talk to us. And then there's an hour before the next match.
Oh, man. All right, let's see if we got people here. We got a Jakazam and a Soul Devourer!
Hello.
Hello, friends.
So,
So how'd you enjoy the game?
it was fun.
I liked it.
I only watched parts of it, but it looked like it was enjoyable, a little shindig.
I definitely felt like I wasn't doing some of these puzzles the intended way.
Yeah, there was a bunch of that. It's like, I guess I could just cheat it this way. I don't need to do any of this. Why bother?
Yeah, there was a lot of rooms where I don't even know what the intended way was. Like, it was so ambiguous.
Yeah.
On commentary, we were having endless trouble sort of picking out what is what in a level. Like, what is background and what is foreground, obviously, but also, like, bright colors signify important things, except for lights or flames or from candles and stuff, which are just distraction. So, like, did you find that you were able to kind of understand all of the pieces in a room that you had to use to solve puzzles? Or was it constantly like, oh shoot, this is over here in the corner sort of thing?
For me at least, for the most part, I didn't feel like the background was causing me too many issues. I would say most of the time I had a general idea of what was functional and what was background.
Yeah, I'd say probably the same for me. Like, it wasn't so much that. I think there was only one room in which I wasn't really sure what I was doing. And then I ended up at the end of the room somehow and was just, okay, I guess I cleared it.
Yeah, I have one of those rooms. It was the one with the very long, like, conveyor belt where you have to control two guys. And I remember blowing up the one guy. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Oh, I just go down. I completely ignore the one with the upper that blows up the blocks, and I just keep going right. Oh, okay. That room tripped me up for a bit.
It was definitely a fun game, though. I feel like the double jump kind of... Like, I like the double jump, but I think that's the reason for so many of the puzzles feeling ambiguous, is that there's just so much you can reach with the double jump that I'm not sure they were expecting you to.
Yeah, the double jump was extremely powerful.
Well, unfortunately, Soul Devourer, that's going to be your second loss in it for you for this tournament. As your first official tournament that you joined, how'd you enjoy? How'd you feel about it?
It was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed myself. I'll definitely stick around and watch some more matches and possibly pop in and enjoy a few more matches with the racers. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad this was not what I was expecting. When I saw the control, it was like WASD or arrow keys to move. I'm like, oh, another match to mess with my wrist, but thankfully it wasn't that. And because of that, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, and I think you might see me again next time.
Heck yeah!
Nice.
And hopefully I'll be seeing you in person sometime soon, just as a side note. Gotta
We can
one
only
day.
hope.
One
We
day.
can only hope.
Jakazam, you're still in.
Yay!
Congratulations. After your defeat with Okami, you are still alive in the lower bracket, ready to move forward and keep pressing onward. How far will you rise? We shall soon see. We have a few matches coming up here in the future. We have in 56 minutes, we have Kickman versus Full Lizard.